In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use and add columns in Monday.com. Let's start right inside an existing board. You don't need to create anything new for this. Any board you already use will work perfectly. Open it up so you can see your items and the column headers running across the top. Columns are the backbone of your board. They hold the different types of information you track, so getting comfortable managing them will make your workspace cleaner and more useful. First, let's work with a column that's already there. Click directly on a column header, for example one labeled Task. When you click the title, it becomes editable. This is a quick way to keep your naming consistent and clear. Type the new name, let's say Tasks, and press Enter. A clear naming convention helps your team immediately understand what belongs in each column, and it also improves search and filtering later. Next, you can adjust how much space a column takes up. Hover your mouse between two column headers until you see the resize handle appear, then click and drag to widen or narrow the column. This is especially helpful if the content is getting cut off, or conversely, if the column is taking up more space than it needs. Keep your most important columns wide enough to scan at a glance, and tighten up the rest so you can see more of your board without scrolling. Now, let's add a new column. Move to the far right edge of your columns and click the plus icon that appears after the last column. A menu will open with different column types. For this example, choose Text to add a simple text column. Text columns are flexible and great for notes, links, or any freeform details that don't fit a structured field. Once it's added, give the new column a clear name so it's obvious how your team should use it. If you decide you don't need a column you've added, you can remove it from the board. Click the three-dot menu next to that column's title to open its options. From the menu, choose Delete. You'll see a confirmation prompt. Click Delete again to confirm. Be sure you really want to remove it before confirming, because deleting a column also removes its data from the board. If you're unsure, consider duplicating the board or exporting your data before you proceed, just to keep a backup. While you're in the columns options, notice that each column type, like status, people, date, and text, can have different settings. To demonstrate another useful control, open the three-dot menu on a status column. Here you'll find an option to collapse the column. Click Collapse, and that column will shrink to a narrow strip, freeing up horizontal space for you to focus on other information. This is a great way to temporarily hide detail you don't need to see all the time without deleting anything. To bring it back, click the Collapse column, and it will expand to its normal width. You can collapse and expand as needed while you work, which keeps your board tidy and focused on the task at hand. As you get more comfortable, explore the additional options in those three-dot menus. There are powerful controls for sorting, hiding, and managing data that can make your workflow even smoother. To recap, you've learned how to edit a column's name by clicking the title, resize columns by dragging their edges, add a new column using the plus icon and selecting text, remove a column using the three-dot menu and confirming delete, and temporarily collapse and expand columns for a cleaner view. These simple moves make a big difference in how readable and effective your board feels. That's it for this walkthrough. Practice these actions on a board you use every day and adjust as you go. The more intentional you are with column names, widths, and types, the more your Monday.com workspace will work for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.